Hi, this is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site, and today we're here with Tom Dixon. He is in global marketing at Highline. Thanks so much for being with us today, Tom.
No, it's a pleasure to be here with you.
Very good. And today we're here at IPPE in Atlanta, and it's a busy show, so people might hear those interactions in the background. But let's start by just saying, tell me a little bit about what's new at Highline.
Yeah, no, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity to talk a little bit about Highline. A lot of new things going on. Highline is almost a 90-year company, but we're always, new innovation, pushing ahead and trying to grow our markets and reach more markets and more people. Everything starts with genetics at Highline. We're a genetics company. We have a team of PhD geneticists that every day they get up and their whole job is to make a better laying hen, a more efficient, more productive laying hen. So the goal and the KPIs that we achieve is 4 eggs per hen housed, and a reduction by 5 grams per dozen of feed to egg ratio. So about a half a gram of feed savings for every egg produced by our white, brown, and tint varieties every year. That's the advancements that our genetics group is making, and we have to do that. We want to do that. One is our egg producers of the world want a more efficient hen that's going to produce more eggs, feed more people, and that's what the market demands. That's what we're going to provide. How do we do that? Is basically birds that lay at a higher rate of lay. Persistency is very important, that they reach a high peak, more weeks over 95%, more weeks over 90%, more weeks over 85%. Just keep that going out to 80, 90, 100 weeks and beyond. And our whole genetics program investment is to make that kind of a bird, to make this bird that'll just persist well and long life of production. And that's what the market demands, and that's what we're delivering. So the genetics is very important for Highline, and we continue investing in that.
Very good. Let's talk a little bit about your people, because you are adding, I just saw a new email that you've added somebody to hit a specific market.
Yeah, absolutely. You produce a better laying hen, but
Right.
You need people to work in this business. It's a very people-oriented business in the egg industry all around the world, everywhere you go. And Highline really values to have the best people that we can have, this really strong with technical expertise. And a recent hire that we just added to the team is Jamie McIntosh, based in Scotland, and identifying the need of the market for more help, more assistance, more support for people in the cage-free egg production, which has grown a lot all around the world. I know in Europe it's been many, many years and grown quickly. The rest of the world has been slower to move that direction, but the USA is now 40-some% and growing of egg non-cage production. And we see, I think worldwide, it's surpassed 20% of production now is in those systems. So it's a very important part of the industry, and it's a growing part of the industry. So we feel it's a responsibility of Highline International to support our customers that are in it or that are transitioning over to these new systems. So we've invested in Jamie McIntosh to do that. So we're really excited that he's going to hit the ground running here in 2025, and a lot of demand in the market for that kind of support. So he's already starting that, and we'll be preparing more, not just in-person visits, but also a lot of materials and maybe some webinars and interviews, and trying to spread the message on best practices for getting the best results in the Highline Brown, Highline White varieties in cage-free systems.
Fantastic. And one of the other things that I always think about when I think of Highline is I see that, Jonathan Cade, your president, is spending a couple weeks in Asia, and you're doing training in different parts of the world. Tell me a little bit about that, because it is very much a boots-on-the-ground approach.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of as the previous thing we mentioned with the new hires, all the team in Highline is really out there in the field. Even you think our research team is not sitting in a laboratory. They're out in the market, one-on-one with the customers, just so they can see what does the market want, because that's our goal of Highline, is to give the market, the egg producers, the kind of laying hen that makes them more profitable, more thriving in their business. So we want to be in the markets with those people, and even at the top. But President of Highline, Jonathan Cade, travels the world and has gone, I don't know, probably you could argue 50% of the time is spent in the field, in Asia, Europe, Africa, Latin America, some, maybe language issue there a little bit, but traveling the world, and it's from the top to the research team, and of course our technical services team spends a majority of their time on the road. So if you come visit us in West Des Moines, Iowa, you might see kind of empty offices because the people are pretty much out on the road to the point that we have to plan to be in the office. So we understand it's just really, really important to be one-on-one. It's a people industry. We passed a whole pandemic where we're in Zoom calls and all that, so that's good, but it really cannot replace the one-on-one direct interactions, stepping into the barns where we can and getting into the hatcheries and the barns and trade shows, just meeting our distributors and then our customers, the egg producers, is so important. So that's really valuable to highlight, and that in 2025, investing in travel to be in the market even more. So.
Very good. And I'm sure that leads to kind of my final follow-up question is, what's next, right? What's next for Highline? You're I guess constantly learning and constantly educating. What path does that take you guys down?
Okay. Yeah, so given the travel and given the education, we've really invested a lot the last couple years, last 2 years, in some of these regional road shows, customer meetings. We did one recently in Indonesia in October, had almost 400 people there at the show. Did one in Zambia, Africa earlier in the year, a large group of people. The year prior, South America, again, about 350 people in Colombia that we had this event. And so we have a lot of these big events, but also a lot of smaller road shows. It might be 20, 30, 15 people, and even inviting some to come to Iowa to interact with our kind of the key influencers, kind of the key people that give also technical service, third-party people, bring them in so they can kind of multiply the message from our own team of people, but then come the allied industry also helping educate and get the word out. And we've just seen that as a really powerful tool, and we're continuing here in 2025 to the same, out in the road shows, educational opportunities with customers and with the market.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Tom. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. Nice talking to you. Thank you.
Thanks. This is Sarah Mikesell with the Poultry site.